What if one of the most common habits in the modern world is quietly changing the way your brain works? Millions of people watch pornography every day. Some see it as harmless entertainment. Others compare it to addiction. And somewhere between those two extremes lies one of the most controversial debates in modern psychology. Can porn actually change your brain? Can it become compulsive? And why do some people feel completely unable to stop? Today, we're separating facts from myths and exploring what science really says. Why scientists disagree. Most people think the science is settled. It isn't. Studying pornography is surprisingly difficult. Researchers can't lock people in a lab and force them to watch porn for years just to see what happens. Instead, most studies rely on surveys, interviews, and brain scans. That creates a problem. Many findings show correlations rather than direct cause and effect. In other words, researchers can spot patterns, but proving exactly what caused those patterns is much harder. Still, some patterns keep appearing, and that's where things get interesting. Every pleasurable experience activates your brain's reward system: food, social approval, achievement, sex, and pornography. This system helps motivate behavior by reinforcing experiences the brain considers rewarding. Researchers have found that some people who report compulsive pornography show stronger responses to sexual images in areas of the brain linked to reward and motivation. One of those regions is called the ventral striatum. It's heavily involved in desire, anticipation, and reward-seeking behavior. Some studies have also reported structural differences in parts of the brain associated with heavy pornography consumption. But here's the catch. Scientists still don't know which came first. Did pornography contribute to those differences? Or were some people already wired differently before they ever developed the habit? At the moment, nobody knows for sure. And that's one reason the debate remains so controversial. Many users describe intense cravings, not necessarily for sex, but for escape. Stress, loneliness, anxiety, boredom. Over time, the brain can learn a simple equation. Feel bad. Watch porn. Feel better. At first, it may seem harmless, a quick distraction, a temporary escape, a way to switch off for a few minutes. But for some people, something begins to change. They're no longer watching because they want to. They're watching because they feel uncomfortable when they don't. And that's when the habit can start feeling less like a choice and more like a reflex. The more often the cycle repeats, the stronger it can become. Is porn actually addictive? This is where things become controversial. Some researchers argue that compulsive pornography use resembles behavioral addictions. Others believe it's fundamentally different from substance addiction. What everyone agrees on is this: some people genuinely struggle to control their consumption, despite negative consequences, despite lost time, damaged relationships, reduced productivity, or personal distress. And for those people, the experience feels very real. Whether we call it an addiction, a compulsion, or something else entirely, the struggle itself cannot simply be dismissed. The bigger question: so can pornography affect your brain? The evidence suggests it can, but exactly how much? And whether those changes are caused by pornography itself remains one of psychology's biggest debates. But maybe that's not the most important question, because even if pornography changes nothing neurologically, it may still change something else. The way you view attraction, the way you think about relationships, the expectations you develop about intimacy, and those changes may never appear on a brain scan. Maybe the biggest question isn't what pornography does to the brain. Maybe it's what it does to the way we see other people. Because if expectations shape attraction, and fantasies shape desire, then the effects may extend far beyond the brain itself. They may reach into relationships, into intimacy, into the way we connect with other human beings. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next part of this series. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story is only getting more complicated.